Today's lesson is on factoring trinomials. We've kind of tried to prepare you for this two different ways. We've practiced a lot of problems where you take two binomials, so like b plus 4 times b minus 2, and you multiply. Okay, so we've done a lot of those. So like b times b gives us b squared. B times negative 2 is minus 2b. 4 times b is plus 4b. And 4 times negative 2 is minus 8. And then b squared plus 2b, right? I can combine these two, minus 8. So I have something like that. Today, you're going to take this part and you're going to go back to here. Okay, so we're basically undoing that multiplication process by factoring. Okay, the other thing we practiced on, Tuesday, was we said these x problems where, like for example, on this first one, you have 27. Two numbers multiply to 27 and they add to 12. Okay. And so you can maybe do that one, okay? Think about what multiplies to 27. Well, one of the things that multiplies to 27 is 9 times 3. And those two things happen to add to 12, okay? That's going to come in handy here on number 1. So if I'm factoring number 1, I know to get x squared, I need to take x times x. I also know to get 27, I need to take 9 times 3, or at least that's one way to get there. If I want to get positive 12, I need a positive 9 and a positive 3 to add up to 12x. So check this now, okay? If I go x times x, that's x squared. X times 3, that's 3x, plus 9x, plus 27. And if you look at these two middle terms, that'll combine to give you that 12x, okay? So for today's purposes, we are stopping right here. This is our answer. Okay, so let's try a few more of these together. If the x method helps you, then make the x. For number 2, the x would be 25 and 10. And you'd be looking for two things multiplying together to 25 that add up to 10. So could we try 5 and 5? They multiply to 25, they add to 10. So b times b is b squared. 5 times 5 is 25. I need them to add up to 10. So this is one where you can actually go one more step, because they're both identical, so you can write it b plus 5 one time and just have it be squared. That's the way we want you to write that. Okay, so look at number 3. Number 3 has v squared, so v times v. 10 could be 1 times 10 or 2 times 5, okay? And I need them to multiply to 10, add to negative 11. So what if you went with negative 1 and negative 10? That would work, wouldn't it? Okay, number 4 is an important one for us to talk about. Number 4 is actually a really easy one once you get the hang of it, okay? But look at number 4 right now. What happened to it? Why is there only 2 terms? Do we see that? So what you have is you have x squared minus 49, but really here in the middle it's like plus 0x, kind of. Why is that middle term 0? Okay, so think about it in terms of the x. I need things that multiply to 49 that add or subtract to 0. Well, if it's going to add or subtract to 0, don't you have to have them be the same number? So like 7 and negative 7. 7 times negative 7 is negative 49, but 7 plus negative 7 is 0. So what you're going to end up with is x times x to get x squared, and 7 with negative 7, like that. That's where that middle term will drop out. Let's try number 6. Number 6, we have to go a times a to get a squared. What about 18? You're looking for things that multiply to negative 18 and add to 3. Could be 1 and 18, could be 2 and 9, could be 3 and 6. So it must be 3 and 6. If I want to get a negative 18, one of the two numbers has to be negative. So if I'm going to get positive 3, if they're going to add to 3, then it must be negative 3. That should work, okay? So sometimes these two signs will be the same. Sometimes they'll be both minuses or both pluses, but sometimes there will be a plus and a minus.